This is Paxton's Kitchen Helper, and I wanted to do a review on this because it's been one of our best, our favorite purchases that we've made. So originally when I saw the Kitchen Helper, I said, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Once Paxton gets older, it would be great to have him, up on the counter with me, and he'll be able to, get his hands dirty, help make pizza, help cook, and kind of be part of the process. And then, once Christmas comes along, he'll be able to help with Christmas cookies and all those things. Paxton, do you want another one? Here, let me get another one for you. Get you a treat. Did you eat everything in your bowl? You ate everything. So that way he'll be able to help in the kitchen. But then, once he started, standing up and walking, cooking in the kitchen or getting anything done in the kitchen was nearly impossible because he'd be climbing up your leg and because he just wanted to see, what you were doing. And there were lots of times, here you go. There were lots of times when, I would have to hold him and kind of, do everything else one-handed, which, there's certain things you can't do, with I'm not going to use a sharp knife and, cut things, or I'm not going to deal with raw food, while I'm holding him. There's only certain things that, I would do, can do with him one-handed. I mean, he's very fast, he would grab things, so, it made it kind of hard for us to cook. So what we would do is, luckily, Ari's home, so, whether I was cooking or he was cooking, obviously if he was cooking, then I would just continue watching Paxton, but if I'm cooking, then he would keep an eye on Paxton, just because, it got kind of difficult with him, climbing up our legs while we were trying to get dinner or lunch or breakfast prepared. So that was when I said, hey, he's already able to stand and walk around, why don't we get him the kitchen helper, and if he's too young for it, then we'll just hold on to it until he can use it. Which was silly that I thought that he would be too young for it, because basically all you need to be able to do is, stand without, just randomly tumbling over. So he loves being in here. It has made, prepping food. Sorry, I'm watching Paxton because he's running all over the place because Ari's outside cutting the grass. I'm sure he's not getting into any trouble. But this has been so helpful because I can now, easily prep dinner. I don't need, Ari to help me watch Paxton. I can just put Paxton in here, give him little bits of treats. Right now he's really big into coloring, so he likes to color. So I'll just give him something to color, and he'll be content, and he'll watch me, cook and get lunch or what have you ready. So definitely, if you're on the fence or thinking, wait until your child's a little bit older and can actually get hands on the kitchen, there really is no need. Do you want more? So this kitchen helper we got in particular because, as you can see, it's collapsible. So it has, as you can see here, the hinges, so you can collapse it. It comes with 2 keepers. Here is a close-up view of the kitchen helper. So here is one of the keepers, and this keeper has a little clip so that you can open it. So when your child is older, you can just kind of unlatch it, and then they can crawl in on their own, and you can latch it again for extra safety. And then, as you can see, it's really easy to remove. You just have 4 screws and you can just screw it off, and that's the exact same on the other side. It's just the other side does not have the little removable, the clips. So you can clip the sides off. Then it comes with, so I just washed this, but it comes with a non-slip mat, so it just goes right onto the bottom. So there's little holes, as you can see, and then you can just put them on there. Now, I can't do it one-handed, so I can't really show you, but that just kind of goes in there. Now, I will say I didn't know when I first got this, actually for the first 4 weeks that we had this, I didn't know that you could remove it. So every time that I would clean it, that was one of the complaints I had to Ari, is that it was so done that it wasn't removable, because when you would wipe, so obviously so whenever it's in, it looks something like this, but there's a little gap. So there's a wooden area, and then where the floor mat is, and by this little groove, you would always get kind of food pushed right on the edge or even underneath. So I would always kind of have to pull it up to, get under there. And that actually kind of of stretched it a little bit. So I did reach out to the company to see if they sell replacement slip mats. I did not get a response back yet, so I will see what they say, but I hope they do, because I'm sure over time, this will get kind of stretched. So that's that. And then they do sell replacement keepers, so that's nice. So, if this gets dirty, they do sell replacements. But like I said, you can remove them, and we actually recently washed them. I actually meant to film this video before, as you can see, it got dirty again. But I forgot, and then obviously we use this multiple times a day, and, Paxton gets it dirty because he does eat in here. But it does come clean very easily, so we just took this off. We just threw it in the sink, threw in some, sprayed the stains, and then threw in some Oxy, and it came, perfectly clean. And Ari and I we had strawberries and blueberries kind of smushed onto this, so it came really clean. I was surprised. And then, if we ever do have a stain that doesn't come off, we were saying we can, kind of like bleach it since it is white. But yeah, so I'm very happy. And if it ever does get, ruined or stained to the point where I can't fix it, they do sell replacements, which is nice. And then another feature, which is why I purchased this keeper, not any of the others, is because, you've seen our kitchen, we don't have that much space, and I just didn't want to always have, something bulky around. And I will say I haven't actually put it away once since we got it. It just kind of sits here between the fridge and the island, which actually works out perfectly because there's still enough room for us to have access to the freezer and the refrigerator without having to move it. So it just kind of permanently stays there. Like I said, we use it at least 3 times a day, if not more, because we use it when we prep breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then even throughout, snacks and things like that. Sometimes he likes to, watch me get his snacks ready. He will sometimes eat meals in there, but typically, we eat meals as a family, so we eat... he eats in his high chair. But a lot of times he does start eating while we're prepping. And then, so like I said, you can collapse this, which we don't collapse it ever. But I think it'll be nice when he kind of outgrows it to, kind of put it out, away, or, if we have company over and we don't want this big bulky thing in the way, we can, easily collapse it and put it away. And that's just, you just kind of push this latch, and I can't really do it one-handed, but you just kind of push this in, pull this up, and then, close it, and it collapses. So it was really easy to assemble. So it basically came assembled. The only thing you had to do was obviously unfold it, and then you had to screw on these pieces on each of the legs. But it was, fairly simple. It, took a couple of minutes, and then it was ready to use, which was nice. And the reason we purchased this one, so this one has like, I don't know what this is called, but like little slits, as opposed to there's ones with the shapes, is because I did read reviews, and some people said that, kids will sometimes like, stick their feet or their arms out, and, it just can cause, if they fall or whatever, for them to get injured. With these slits, obviously he can stick it a little bit, but they are kind of narrow, so you can't really get anything stuck in there. But yeah, that's why we got that. Plus it's a little bit more sleeky looking, I feel. And then we got the white, just, I don't know, we figured this would match, if we ever move, it would kind of match in any home. And it's just nice and clean. But yeah, so I highly recommend. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. So this is the Guidecraft Kitchen Helper. And I don't know, you'll just have to look at the pictures. This is the one with the slits that we have, but they have different ones. And then ours is obviously collapsible. But yeah, so highly recommend. Oh, one last thing. So we actually ended up purchasing this at Sam's Club for a lot less than if you buy it either through Amazon or through Guidecraft's website directly. So if I don't know if it's still available on Sam's Club, but you can get this for, I want to say it was like $60 cheaper. So it was definitely worth it. And then you don't even have to be a Sam's Club member. We aren't. And actually you can sign up for a guest account, and then you have that guest account for 24 hours, I believe. And then during that 24 hours, obviously then make the purchase. And then you can, kind of get that good deal. So definitely see if Sam's Club still, has this on their site. Because it's definitely worth, saving, the $60. And if you're a member, then obviously you'll, regardless, be able to use it. But yeah, hopefully you found this helpful. And yeah,
we will talk to you guys soon. Oh, and if anyone else knows if you can buy replacement mats, you know, please let us know, because I mean, I'm guessing we'll need one eventually. Because like I said, whenever I didn't know that you can just kind of pop it off, I stretched it a little bit. So I'll eventually need a new one. But anyways, hopefully this was helpful, and talk to you guys soon. Bye.